All right, so what are we trying to do, right? Context pilot was so far a binary, and I want to convert this into a server because I want to imagine this as an LSP. Okay. Now, how does an LSP work? Whenever you launch something, right? It on the bottom right, if I kind of launch, um, wait, I'll show you guys, right? So if I launch a new emulator over here, you see on the right, bottom right is saying fetching indexing rationalizer. This is very important, right? And that's what I want to do. So it needs to go through all the files, whatever it needs to do. I want to implement this process. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So my idea is all good. Okay, perfect. So we have two neovim editors. Okay, now I'm thinking of two neovim editors because I want to imagine how it will work when there are processes that are hitting the same data point, right, or database with a given file. So I want to imagine how the race condition will work. Okay, so when a neovim editor is activated, I want to start the server and with a given workspace path. So, and if it's not started already, if it's already started for the given workspace, that means that it's already indexing or it has finished like indexing already. So in that case, I'll just fetch from the DB and give the user the output. Okay, and if parallelly user says, okay, no, but I still want the output, no matter what it is indexing. In that case, I can call the binary for now, but we'll think about it how it goes. It depends, right? It really depends like how much time does indexing take. Okay, um, I mean with LSP, it's very quick as well, so we can imagine how it will be for this as well. Right now, I'm pretty sure I know some points where we can optimize, but for now, the way I've imagined this is I've imagined two enums. Okay, one is state for now. I think what I wanted is okay, starting, running, default is stopped and failed. Okay. So what that means is what's the server state right now? Is it starting? That means it's already indexing. Okay. So this basically means is it's indexing already. Okay. Running running is essentially indexing finished. Okay. Probably in that case, I'll have to confirm if that's what it meant. That's what it meant. Stopped is something that indexing nodes doesn't mean indexing is stopped, the server is not working, which is just default. Okay, and just in case if you want, and fail is on any failure but the server is still running. Okay, it's possible that the server is still running, just that it faced any failure or something, right? Okay, it can be because of the user if they ask for any invalid file as well, so that's possible. Okay, that's what I meant. Then we have a DB handler. So the logic of this was I wanted to keep DB and server implementation separate. So that's why I have DB handler. When I init, all I do is basically take a folder path. I've not defined it yet, but essentially this will be taking a folder path and I'll be passing it over here. And I can just do this, right? This is what I wanted to do. Yeah. And everything else says default. I don't know what else is there. Okay, these all arguments. That's fine for now, right? And I also wanted to implement retry functionality. It's possible that it failed. It was a flaky fail, right? And you can just restart it. There are possibilities that something that has fixed after the failure, and they want to they want it to be automatically retriable functionality. I don't know what kind of English was that, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the point, right? So this is not implemented yet, but I'm thinking about how will I do it. And get current metadata is simple, right? You want DB metadata to handle a few other things, and I'll talk about DB metadata, right? So essentially, DB metadata is what state are we at right now? Interesting. I also use it for server state. I thought it's for okay. Maybe we can use it for both. Yeah. Workspace path, right? Because each database is connected to the workspace. That's very important. You want current progress. This is where I'm working at right now because you want to see where you are at, and this could be just the file index you are at. Okay, that's it. That this could be it, and or it could be just a or percentage, because I'm just thinking out loud here. I think users will just want to see it's 30% that is 20% done, right? They don't. They may not want to know how many files have been indexed so far, or maybe they would like to know. So we'll think about it later on. It should be easy to just add an enum later on. Total count is there. How many files are there, right? How many files? How many files we are indexing? Yeah, this is important. And then all we are doing is implementing a server later on. So this is a server. Okay, let's just go to the important functions. Very important function is start. Yeah, so what do you do when you start a function server, right? You take a metadata, DB metadata, and you get the workspace path from there, right? And you convert this into a path perf to pass it to iterate through workspace, right? So this server basically should start indexing straight away, right? That's what it means. right? And over here, what I'm doing is I'm creating a path object from the workspace path buff. Honestly, could have just created path there, but this is fine. And we are checking if path is dir. Then basically I go through each entry in the path. I read directory, and if it's a file, then I'll just index the file over here. If you see this thing, right? If it's not a file, then I'll iterate to the workspace again. And I'll just call it recursively, and that's it. Yeah. So this is what we are doing, and that's it. File is not valid. In case the file is invalid, we'll do this. Now, what's the definition of a valid file, right? That's important. So if you go to this is valid file, all it does is it just checks if the file is existing or not, and if the file is file, right? That's it. Um, and I haven't really, like, I know we could have just done return file.exist and all, but the reason I don't want to get into this for now is this is because this is very clean, right? If file.exist is exist and file.is file, I think this is good, because it will allow me to add some log statements here, right? So this is something that I can do with if and else. So I'm not gonna go with the modern, like, I don't believe in optimizing too much on lines. If things are supposed to be readable, there's one problem here that I should fix. This is fixed. Okay, there are no more errors, I guess. Okay, cool. So this is the progress so far, guys. And now what we have to do is we have to implement this async mode, right? And think about it. So let's start. I for context, I don't know enough Tokyo to get started. So I was just writing some. I was just going through this async check right over here. You see. So this is what we have. Async example looks so far intuitive that you have an async function. So from my understanding, you cannot call an async function from a sync function, right? So basically, you need to call it from async, right? I believe that's the case. This is not async, right? That's it will fail over here, right? So you'll need to have this as async as well. So this main function we have, we call it Tokyo main. That means this is the entry point we have, right? Workaround for Rust lang. Oh, there's a workaround for this. CFG not test. Okay. Okay, that's different. Okay. All right. So this is what we have a main function before calling async example Tokyo task spawn, and you're gonna call this method. Okay. And that's what you're gonna do, right? And then you sleep for some time. It's why are you? So this sleep is also an async function, is it? Waits until the duration has elapsed. Equivalent to sleep until instant now plus duration and asynchronous and log to. Yeah. So this is asynchronous, is it? And that's why you had to add dot await. Yeah. Looks like this is an asynchronous function. Yeah. Right. So it's gonna wait for 3 seconds and that's it, right? Over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for 2 seconds. So that makes sense. Let's just try to run this thing right and see how it goes. So maybe we can create a new tab and okay, sorry guys. All right, let's go and create cargo new Tokyo example. Yeah, Tokyo example. I'll just create over here and I need to have it in cargo.toml as well. What was it? Tokyo, right? Yeah, there you go. Yes, I want all the features. Why? Cool. This is done. Main.rs. This is done. Let's just let's just do cargo build. Yeah. And what I will want to do is I'll just want to call target debug Tokyo example. Done before calling async example, then it waited for 3 seconds. Done. So right over here, what you can do is let me zoom in further. What I can do is I want to see how does it work. Okay, I need to. Right. So the thing that I'm checking over here is that async example will take 4 seconds to finish, right? And the statement below this ideally should not be called because we're gonna wait for 4 seconds, right? And this is dot await. So basically, it's gonna wait for this call to finish. If I'm not wrong, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what does done mean? Okay, done. No, this done is doesn't really. Okay, calling. Let's just say going to wait for 4 seconds. Okay. and we can do this. And after this, so ideally what happens, right, when you are waiting for those 4 seconds, these 3 seconds have already elapsed. Okay, and that's why immediately after n you will get after calling async example. Okay. Okay, need to stop doing this. What's happening, by the way? Oh, cargo build, right? And if I do dot target debug, going to wait for 4 seconds, right? And immediately after n, you will see n wasn't printed. Did I not? Why was it not printed? Hmm. Is this something that is expected? I don't know. Okay. So we are waiting for 4 seconds. And while we are waiting for 4 seconds, this has already elapsed. So ideally, this should have been called, right? But if I would have been waiting for 5 seconds, I believe that this would have printed. Yeah. Yeah. So it comes up first. So it's possible that println over here, this is just because it's, when this has elapsed, right? And this has also elapsed. This gets called and you just exit from main immediately. Is it? That's possible. I mean, that's why I think this is the reason. Unless I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but looks like this is the reason. Okay. Cool. For now, I think this is okay. I don't need to. Now, I'm just thinking we have Tokyo task spawn. What does it really do? Notify has been overwritten by another plugin. Okay, need to fix that later on. Holding on to a send value across calls to .await will result in an unfriendly compiler error. Message similar to cannot be sent between threads safely. Cycle directive when processing main. Okay. Okay, what does this do though? Let's go to its. Yeah, I think I just need to understand. Okay, so spawns a new asynchronous task, returning a join handle for it, then the provided future will start running in the background immediately when spawn is called, even if you don't await the return join handle. Spawning a task enables the task to execute concurrently. Okay, thank you so much. You don't know me for being here. Yeah, I'll upload the recording on YouTube. Bye. Thank you so much for joining. Um, so the provided future will start running in the background immediately when spawn is called, even if you don't await the returned join handle. The spawning a task enables a task to execute concurrently to other tasks, right? The spawn task may execute on the current thread or it may be sent to a different thread to be executed. The specifics depend on the current runtime. I see. I see. Okay. 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 So this is what I want to figure out as well because maybe I just don't want it to run on the current thread even if it's available. It's one thing I have to consider. It is guaranteed that spawn will not asynchronously poll the task being spawned. This means that when that calling spawn will hold while holding a lock does not pose a risk of deadlocking with the spawn task. Okay. There is no guarantee that a spawn task will execute to completion when a runtime is shut down. All outstanding tasks are dropped. Just one second. My mother messaged me. All right. Okay. So there's no guarantee that a spawn task will execute to completion. Makes sense. Okay. When a runtime is shut down, all outstanding tasks are dropped, regardless of the life cycle. This is fine to me, right? Like if the main thread is which you call runtime over here, I guess. If that's shut down, then all outstanding tasks are dropped, right? This function must be called from the context of a Tokyo runtime. Tasks running on the Tokyo runtime are always inside its context, but it can also enter the context using the runtime enter, create runtime enter method. Okay. So in this example, a server is started and spawn is used to start a new task that processes each received connection. Okay. Over here we have a listener dot await. Let socket listener dot accept dot await Tokyo spawn async move process each socket concurrently process and dot await. To run multiple tasks in parallel and receive their results, join handles can be stored in a vector. I think this is what I want, right? I want each task to focus on let's say maximum 5 files and everything else like number of depending on number of files are there, it could be number of tasks as well. And that number 5 is arbitrary, but it could be number of lines depending on how get log is called. Tokyo main flavor equal to current thread, async func main, async function background my background op id starting background task, let ops equal to vec 1 2 3 new task with capacity ops dot length. So you're initializing this with capacity, that's fine. For op and ops, this call will make them start running in the background immediately. Tasks dot push Tokyo spawn my background op. You pass that as an ID instead, right? That's what you're doing over here. You're giving this an ID. All right. I think this is what I want to understand. To be honest, this is something that's useful. Okay, this example pushes the task to outputs in the order and they were started. And if you do not care about the ordering of the outputs, then you can also use a joint set. Okay, let me just look at this for example over here, right? And let's consider getting this in. Mhm. Okay, all right. What's up with? Okay, I need to get rid of. Come on, we do this. Ah, okay, okay. I think I can just do B. Okay, okay. This is done. Where did these packets come from, though? Okay, this is fine, is it? This is one extra. Cool. And this was what? I think we're missing the main function, is it? Async function main. This looks fine. I think I'm just missing. Yeah, I'm just missing a bracket. Knew it. Okay. Come on. Okay. This is done. Yeah. So this is how it looks like, right? Flavor equal to current thread. This is what I want to understand later on. That what are the flavors? To be honest, flavor. Do they have flavor definition? We can take a look at it later. Okay, but remember that I don't know this thing. We have to look at it. Yo Buffet, I'm got a question. I got new issues on mobile. Okay, you got new issues on my new Vim plugin repo from people who are not related to me. Can I put open source on my account now? Hi Varu. I think it's fair enough to just call it open source. See, as I said, it's more like not through your projects that you call yourself open source, right? The source code of anything that you have published is if it's open to use and to look at, given whatever licensing is there, I think this is fine, right? Uh, just put it out there. It's okay as long as you don't, you misuse the fact. Um, Even if I think you should use it, but misusing is not recommended. I think you're much aware of this. You're just kidding, I guess. 1 second, guys. That's a S. Don't worry. I was kidding, but thanks. The S. Okay, okay. Ah, yeah. I guessed that you were kidding. All right. Yeah. Cool. How are you doing, by the way? Sorry, I was just trying to get hold of this thing. So we're going through for task and task. I just want to run this first. Sometimes it's just easier to understand how things work. Starting background task one, 2, 3. Starting background task one, 2, 3. It's basically returns in the order. That's what it's doing. Basic. I think so. What I want to do is I want to also. Yeah, I think this is fine. Thank you so much. I wanted to sleep. I wanted this to sleep. To be honest. Hmm. So they all slept in the background. That's why you saw. I'm doing pretty good. Got over from the internship. Now getting into internships. Let's go. Nice, yeah. Good. Multiple internships. I see. I thought you wanted to sleep. No, no, I want to sleep. From here. I want this to sleep, not me. I'm still up for a few minutes. I think 9:80. I'm very tired, but I thought I'll stream. I came from badminton just now, so I'm pretty tired. Yeah. Cool. So this makes sense. What's going on? I would like to just see. So okay, over here. We have a asynchronous function, my background op, whatever it does, right? It just waits for a second, it prints the ID, and that's it. Let ops equal to 1 to 3. So these basically we just having three IDs over here. It's 9:19 p.m. Come on, young man, hit 3 a.m. while programming this. I have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go to office at 7. So I wish I could do that. I'm getting old now. But yeah, I think on the weekends we should do this. Yeah, but let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for calling me young, by the way. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people do that. So yeah, it's good to hear. Once in a time, once in a while, it's always good. Cool. So what else do we have, right? So for op and ops, we are going through each IDs, right? And we are basically we're doing task.push. Okay, Tokyo spawn my background op. So this is what it does. It spawns that. Is it called already though? No, it's just pushing, right? It is not called. From what I understand, this doesn't really needs to be called, is it? Or just spawn when you call this, that's it. What was the definition of this here? Spawning a task enables a task to execute concurrently to other tasks. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so when spawn is called, it will immediately start executing. Okay. So that's what it meant. Okay. So you have task start push, Tokyo spawn, my background op, and you're passing the ID over here. Right. And once you have done this, so this you're pushing to tasks, is it? And looks like this tasks is what is gonna hold. It returns join handle, right? That's what it returns. So tasks will contain this. In fact, with capacity, you get task.await.unwrap. Hmm. So I think this part over here, right? Over here, this I think is only done to make sure that we are getting in order. If I would get rid of this, I want to see nothing happens. Is it not called? I thought spawning does immediately call things up, right? Wasn't that the case? That's what they said, right? I don't know. What was the definition over here? It is so okay. Yeah, there you go. Right. The provided future will start running in the background immediately when spawn is called, even if you don't await the return join handle. That's what my question is. So spawning a task enables a task to execute concurrently to other tasks. The spawn task may execute on the current thread or it may send to be different, and that's different. My question is, why is it just not printing me the arguments? Why is it waiting for me to await? Or if I just get rid of, yeah, this is weird. Okay, so okay, outputs dot push task dot await. So why do I want to await here? Suspend execution until the result of a future is ready. Not awaiting in a future will suspend the current function's execution until the executor has run the future to completion. Read the async book for details on how async or await works and executors work. Await is a keyword from 2018 words. Okay, this makes. But then I thought, okay, let's just ask ChatGPT about this. I think this is one of those things that I can just go and blindly ask ChatGPT about this code. Okay. All right, guys, time to open ChatGPT for this. And for that, first of all, I'll have to make sure that there's nothing related to my company or anything personal. Of course, not into company. Okay, okay. Yeah, there are a lot of things. Oh God, how do you? Okay, I can just hide. I think there should be an option to hide your history for at least people who want to. Yeah, I think it's there. Right, this is better. I'm going to shamelessly self promote my Gemini API plugin for new. Please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. I think it's all good. Why is task.await needed for me to execute for me to see the print output from my background op method? Just see in the provided code, Tokyo spawn is used to spawn asynchronous tasks for each operation in the ops vector. The Tokyo spawn function returns a join handle, which is a handle to the spawned asynchronous task. By pushing these handles into the task vector, you are keeping the track of the spawn tasks, right? If you don't await the task using task.await, the main function may reach its end before the span. Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. That's what happened, right? So it immediately. So if I would not do this, even if I would just sleep Tokyo time sleep, okay. I think I can get rid of the definition there. Yeah, 3J, sleep, and I can wait for, I don't know, let's say 4 seconds. If you would have done this, yeah, there you go, right? This would have been printed. And there you go. Yeah, then I will. Sure. Take your time. All good, all good. That's how it's working, right, guys? So this makes sense. I'm just curious, why do we have to call this await? Um, Sounds good. Can I 1.5 will not work because from seconds, of course. Cool. Alright, this is good. This is good. I like it so far. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to understand. This is fine. So let's just use this part. Yeah. And this flavor. Okay. Yeah. I just need to ask, can you explain me a bit about passing flavor to Tokyo main? Let's see what it shows. Yeah. So certainly certainly, yeah. Attribute is a procedural macro. Okay. Calm down, calm down. It's a procedural macro provided by Tokyo Runtime for defining the main function in an asynchronous Rust program. It sets up the Tokyo Runtime and enables asynchronous execution of the program. The flavor attribute allows you to specify the runtime flavor that Tokyo should use. Yes. The flavor runtime determines the runtime's characteristics and how it behaves. Yes. I mean, that's okay. Come on. Yeah. Here you have specified flavor equal to current thread. This means you are using the current thread flavor of the Tokyo runtime. Shut Come on, man. The current thread flavor is designed to run on a single thread and is suitable for situations where you want to use asynchronous programming without spinning up additional threads. It's suitable for situations where you want to use asynchronous programming without spinning up additional threads. By specifying the flavor, you are explicitly configuring the Tokyo runtime to behave in a certain way. It's multi-thread, which is designed for use cases where you want to take advantage of multiple threads for parallel execution of asynchronous tasks. That's my question, right? So when I passed current thread, does it mean that I only used? So when passing current thread, does this mean that I only used the current thread, a single thread? So how did the three tasks run? Were they all on a single thread? I mean, maybe I'm just being very silly here, but so when you specify in this, you're configuring Tokyo to use a single threaded runtime. In this mode, Tokyo will run all tasks on a single thread and will use cooperative multitasking to switch between tasks when one is waiting for something, allowing efficient asynchronous execution without additional threads. So is it? So in your specific code, when you spawn asynchronous task using Tokyo spawn, Tokyo will schedule these tasks to run on a single thread provided by the current thread flavor. The task will be executed concurrently. Yes, that's what I meant, right? And Tokyo scheduler will manage the interleaving of the execution, ensuring that the tasks progress and may progress in a non-blocking fashion. Okay. So while all three tasks are running concurrently, they share the same thread, and Tokyo's runtime takes care of scheduling and switching between them when necessary. If one task is waiting, for example, due to asynchronous sleep, the scheduler can move to another task that is ready to execute. Okay. But over here, this was await, right? So that's why it kind of didn't switch to another task. Okay. So let's say if I would use multi-thread, right? That's what the option is, I guess. Target debug. Yeah, there you go, right? There you go. Now this is actually using three threads. Okay, that's what I wanted to kind of show. Nice, yeah. You know what I like is that you should always learn to ask good questions. And when you start asking good questions, you'll be more confident that your question was a good question to ask. That's it. Okay. Cool. What next? All right. So that helps so far. So what our next goal is to get this working. So Tokyo main. Mhm. La 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 la. Okay. Time to go to another thread. Okay. Okay. Over here, we are here, right? And let's just get into, okay. Yeah, let's get this into full screen mode. Server, this start, is it in the, it's in DB handler, right? This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm now thinking. How do you do this, right? Hmm. Um, can this be in async? What was it? Tokyo main, right? Tokyo main flavor equal to mm, what? Multi-thread. Yeah. What's your problem? Cannot accept arguments. That's okay. Right. Okay. It's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Cannot accept arguments. Now what's the problem? Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Of course, your main function you can't have it here. Let's just stick to start. And for now, this will go away. Right. And what I'll do is wherever this is getting called from, we'll just have to make sure that uh where is it called from, right? Let's look at over here. It's not called yet. That's okay. The error is, oh yeah, this is about, what was the other? Yeah, there you go. We bought it again. Now wherever you're calling this from, right? That's where it should be async. So that's okay. Okay. Iterate through workspace is something that should be okay. Now we are getting there, right? So when you get a workspace path, right? What you want to make sure is that this server, whatever metadata that you have passed already, if the state is already, it says running, the server is already running. Do you want to do that? Okay, all right. I think let's just not overcomplicate it for now. Let's go to iterate through workspace. Now, this is what I want to be shared with multiple threads, right? For now, I'll just have this here. Async func iterate through workspace dot. I don't want to wait for this to finish, right? So I'll just keep calling this and it should be fine. What's your warning? So unused implementer of stored feature that must be used features to do nothing unless, okay, features do nothing unless you dot await or poll them. Yeah, will, I think I can have this as a task. Yeah. So I can push this to a vector of tasks. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Right. And what was it again? Can I instead do, okay, I need to open this again. What was the async? Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Stop doing this to me. What was it? Cargo new Tokyo example. Okay. So I need to go to Tokyo example. SRC main.rs. Yeah, you need to just look at this over here. Cool. What is it? Tokyo main flavor. This is fine. And I'm back. Time to promote. All you got to do is write the prompt over the code. Visually select the prompt and code and associate it, and we'll get your answer in separate buffer. Okay. I'll take a look at this, brother. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. I will. I'll take a look. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this, though. Good to know that you have been working on this. Perfect. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out. So what we are doing is we, yeah, we have to spawn this, right? That's what, yeah, that was I was missing out. Okay, cool. Can you please? They don't have a method to resize like this. Okay, I think this is fine for now. Yeah. So over here we are doing task.push, right? So what we can do is Tokyo spawn, right? And that's it. What was it? Tokyo spawn, right? Or did I miss something? Tokyo spawn, right? That's fine. And this iterate is already an async function. This should be fine. What's your error here? Hmm. Cannot check whether the hidden type of opaque type satisfies auto trace required by bound. Okay, so they need me to pass something. What is going wrong here? Cycle directive and computing type of this. Ah, okay, okay, okay. So I think reiterate or something. Okay. So I will need to have a reiterate function here. Probably. We'll have to see how this goes. I'm not very confident right now, but we'll see. Get back to this now. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. For now, I'll just this is a workspace path printed over here. Okay. You don't need self here. What's your error here? Come on. Rust and its safety for memory. Path does not live enough. Oh yeah, it's entry.path here, right? I'll do I have to pass. But in that case, I can just probably do dot await. Not here, I think here, right? This is very interesting to be honest. How would I pass an argument? That's what they were doing, right? They were passing an op here, right? And then they were doing this. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay, so over here they have pushed all the tasks. The problem is entry, right? This thing is wrong. Yeah, we can get all this into a single path, is it? Okay, can I just do task dot push Tokyo spawn reiterate workspace and I can just have entry here, I guess. Mm, this is fine, right? Mismatch types. This is fine. Now what over here what I can do is so what was our entry by the way? What does entry give me? What's the type of entry? Uh this is what result dir entry, right? Okay. I want to unwrap it for sure. This is okay. For now I'm just unwrapping it. I know it's not safe. Stored fsdir entry. Okay. So I'll just have entry stored fsdir entry over here. Okay. And what I can do is I can get path dot display entry. This is what I can do. What's the other error? Temporary value unwrapped dropped while borrowed, right? Yes, but I'm not okay. Oh yeah, can I just let it take the ownership of this? Is it because of this? Okay. Yeah, there you go, right? So now instead of passing the address, I think this would have worked. Cool. So what next? After this is done, what I can do is I can just make sure that all of them are called. I don't really want them to be called async. I mean, sorry, in the particular order, but still, I'm gonna keep it simple for now. Task.await dot unwrap. This is fine though, and you need let outputs equal to vec. Yeah, this is fine. Outputs dot push. What's your problem here? Unwrap is mutable. Okay, come on. All right. Yeah, what's your error? That's okay. I'm not returning anything. That's why it's saying. So this is fine. Over here, what will I do is I'll for now this is fine, but what I want is essentially calling this for path, right? Whatever we had over here, we can just get it there. Mhm. Yeah. So this is what I want. Okay. V13K GC. This is done. Task start push. This is very interesting, right? In this case, what will you do? So I will only call it if this is a yeah. This is what I'll have to do. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. This is fine. Okay. We want mute here. Hmm. Okay. No, but if it's a valid file, we don't need. Yeah. It doesn't need to be associated with self, right? Even index file, we'll see index file if it's needed. Am I using anything from self here? For now, nothing, right? So I can have this as a static method. Okay, it's fine. We'll look at it later on. This is what? Async function, iterate, check whether hidden type of opaque. Hmm, entry dot unwrap. This is already unwrapped. Sorry about that. Is valid file. Okay, let's just skip it for now. Okay, let me just see if it works this way. There are no particular errors. Good to know. I think we are getting there for sure. Let me just stage them for changes. What are the changes here? Yeah, I definitely want it here. Not really. I'm not concerned about this. Yeah. Not no. Don't do this. How do I go back? How do I unstage? But it's staged all. So how do I unstage? Unstage, it's U. Okay. Unstage is capital U. Okay. This thing I don't want. This thing I want. This thing I don't want. What changes over here? Okay, this I would not want. Capital U. Okay, this is unstaged changes. Okay. Modified changes, SRC. Yeah, I want this for sure. Okay, I can get rid of this. What are these changes here? These are not relevant. Cargo.toml, yes, I want. Okay, cool. So this is all I want. Getting into async mode slowly and steadily. All right, guys. Good stuff. We can just push it, I guess. Yeah. I think that's mostly it for today. We'll continue working on this tomorrow. Need to get some rest and also take a look at other things need to learn as well. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging around. I appreciate it. I'm still starting off. If you're watching this on YouTube, the recording, please be, I don't know how to say it, but young man, not so young now. Yeah. I need to go back and study as well. The thing is, I'm not very confident about Tokyo right now. So if I keep on just coding, it will not teach me a lot of things and it will be unfair on you all as well. So I want to go back and study a bit about asynchronous functions. How do they work in theory and with Rust as well. So next time I stream, I come with more confidence. But I just wanted to get to this point where at least we can say that we are moving along. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for hanging around, everyone. This was Kushal Shivishmali. You were watching me on Twitch or YouTube. I don't know where, but thank you so much. Please be kind in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube. And Varuk, if you're on Discord channel, by the way, can you please post your plugin there? I think it will get a lot of attention from people. That will be great. If you are not on Discord, I can quickly share the. If you're if you're there, that's great. If you're not there, I'll share the link with you right now. Sure thing. Perfect. I have shared the link with you on chat. And for YouTube people, it will be there. I can't share because I'm not logged in on Twitch. That's bad. Sorry. I hope you have it. Otherwise, please, I'll just post this link on YouTube as well, so you can just get it there. But I believe that you're there already. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone. This is Kushal Shishwali. Take care. Bye bye. Enjoy the rest of the night.